Hey guys, so today's video is about Gabbie Hanna. So actually I posted my last video about Gabbie Hanna, and the moment I posted it, I think like an hour later, she had her new video up, and that was it's always like that with her. Like I always post a video and then she posts a video right after that kind of just like debunks everything I say. It's really fun. So my social media will be in the description along with my beauty channel, anything else you might need to find. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement. So today's video is very kindly sponsored by NordVPN, and if you guys want a huge discount on a 2-year plan with a bonus gift of 1 to 4 free bonus months, then use code Angelika Oles at checkout or click the link in the description. That is nordvpn.com/Angelika Oles, or click the link in the description. So NordVPN is a VPN service that helps you protect your internet connection anywhere you go, whether that's on public Wi-Fi or just at home. It also helps you move to different countries with your internet so you can watch content that is restricted in your place but is available somewhere else. So for example, I am currently in Poland, and currently Love Island UK is on, and I will not be missing Love Island UK. Maybe now that it's becoming dramatic again, I will not be missing out, but I can't watch Love Island UK in Poland. So what do? I hop over to my NordVPN, over to the UK, and I get to watch Love Island every night again. And as we all know, Love Island UK is the far superior Love Island, so if you are anywhere outside of the UK, get NordVPN and you can watch Love Island with me. It's always my favourite time of the year. NordVPN is also very risk-free. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. Some features of NordVPN: you can stay safe behind a new wall of next-generation encryption. You have 24/7 support, so if anything's going wrong, you can always get it fixed immediately. You can also have double protection, so you can change your IP twice. That's protection on top of protection, just in case one is not enough for you. It has a strict no-logs policy, so all your personal data stays personal. There are no data leaks, and you get a dedicated IP just used by you. There are over 5,400 servers around the world in 59 countries, so you really have a lot to choose from. You can also use it on multiple devices at the same time, as well as just different devices: iOS, Android, Windows, and anything else really. Using NordVPN is also super easy. You literally go on NordVPN, click the country that you want to connect to, and just click connect with one click and you're there. So like I said, you guys can come to the UK and watch Love Island with me, the far superior Love Island, or you can just watch Netflix in other places or Amazon Prime. Everything, all the content is different in different countries, so just jump around and see what you can find. So like I said, nordvpn.com/Angelika Oles, or just click the link in the description to get a huge discount on a 2-year plan with 1 to 4 free months on top of that. And now let's get back into the tea. Gabbie Hanna recently did a series, 13 or so parts it was supposed to be. Now people are making a comparison between this and 13 Reasons Why. If you guys don't know, that is a Netflix show that then kind of took a different path, but the first season was about Hannah Baker, who committed and was essentially leaving 13 tapes behind before she ended her life. Now people are comparing that and saying, like, is Gabbie Hanna going to do that, or is she just trying to almost clickbait that and make us feel bad for her and like gain traction that way? But anyway, that's like a whole different conspiracy theory, but it kind of links to something that she posted now, so I'll get into it. There was a part about Chapetas, Rice Gum, Tea Channels, Escape the Night with Joe Graceffa and Daniel Prada, and then Jessie Smiles part that was an unofficial part. So she had 2 parts prepared that were actually officially part of this series, and then recently Jessie Smiles posted sections of their phone conversation on Twitter, and so Gabbie posted this like additional part about Jessie Smiles to post right now. And after that, Jessie Smiles posted her video, which is on like 5 million views now, and since then Gabbie hasn't posted a video. We all kind of assumed that she was not going to be finishing the series, because on her Patreon she would post stuff kind of alluding to the fact that she's done or offline, and then she did some live streams on Patreon that were like basically alluding to the fact that the series is not going to continue. So I filmed the video on that, and then she posts a video basically singing the song, and everyone's saying, you know, the singing's good. It's just like the video is really weird. She's singing in a bathtub. It's really strange. But she posts this statement. It's really long, but I'll read it out to you guys. But it's sending a lot of mixed messages that I just need to talk to you guys about. So she says, I felt my mental health being compromised, so I took a step back to be a person, touch some grass, pet my cat, see my friends, write some music, paint mostly. I knew coming into this that it would be difficult, but I wasn't able to handle it the way I thought I was. The series is and always has been about healing, so if it gets to a place where it's no longer serving that purpose, I'm not going to push myself in a direction that's hurting more than it's helping. The series is not about drama. We know how true that is. Not very true. It's about my life and processing trauma. Unfortunately, a lot of that does involve people who consistently wrap me up in drama online. Trust me, I hate it too. If you have to keep on telling people that you hate drama, chances are that you're doing something that is showing people that you do not in fact hate drama, that you actually enjoy drama. Like, if you actually hated drama, you wouldn't have to keep telling people that you hate it. And it's also not the people that you talk about that are wrapping you up in drama. Like, Joey and Graceffa and Daniel Prada haven't mentioned you in a while, and Joey has never mentioned you by name before all of this. So he has only ever responded to you after you mentioned him. You know, Rice Gum, yeah, that was a shitty situation that you can obviously talk about. You know, people haven't, Jessie Smiles hasn't brought you up in months, if not like a year. So it just seems like this was so unprovoked, and then you're like poking the bear, and then when they respond, you're like, I hate drama. You guys know I hate drama, but like I have to respond because like I hate drama so much. And it's just like, if you have to keep on saying it, it's not true. The series is simply a documentation of our life not many people experience or see. It also was meant to be a commentary on the constant targeted harassment and exploitation of women in media. It's meant to serve as a tool in shedding light on the very trivialized and misunderstood mental disability ADHD, which a lot of people are saying this series is doing more harm to people with ADHD than actually good. People with ADHD are now coming out, and of course people with ADHD are not monolith, like they don't all think the same way, but I'm seeing general idea that this series is actually stigmatizing ADHD and making ADHD look like something that is bad or something that makes you an awful human being, when that's literally not true. And people are saying, you know, it makes, once again, people with mental health issues look like bad people, when mental health doesn't make you a bad person, and you can never blame you being a bad person on your mental health. So people are saying this is actually not doing much good to the ADHD mental health community. In starting this series, I was also just starting treatment. As I was editing, I was able to look back at situations I was describing and recognize how my lack of understanding and treatment excavated otherwise trivial situations. Very true. I don't know if that's to do with ADHD, but she has definitely made some very small situations huge, and then was like, you guys are harassing me, I'm being cancelled. And I was like, if she had just stopped talking about it, it would have went away. And it's happening now. Like, you're bringing up stuff that's long gone. Like, we don't have to talk about this anymore. I began medicating shortly after I finished filming, and it changed my life. I spent so much time of my life feeling like an alien on earth, not understanding why I thought so differently than other people, wondering why things that felt earth-shattering to me felt insignificant to the rest of the world. If someone had sat me down and explained to me that I don't process the world the same as most other people because my brain didn't develop like most other people, I would have spent less time wanting to blow my brains out. This is a topic that is very dear and important to me. Men and women experience ADHD differently. The age at which you recognize and get treatment makes you experience ADHD differently. The type of ADHD, inattentive, hyperactive, combined type, makes you experience ADHD differently. Comorbidities and past trauma make you experience ADHD differently. The way you were raised makes you experience ADHD differently. The level of severity makes you experience ADHD differently. To say someone's disability doesn't affect them in a certain way because it doesn't affect you a certain way is incredibly ableist. And she's saying that in response to people on Twitter, mainly saying, I have ADHD and I don't behave like this. ADHD doesn't make you behave like a bad person. And look, this is her opinion, but there are many people with ADHD saying that the way she is behaving is stigmatizing mental health, because a lot of the stuff that she blames on ADHD is just her being a bad person, and that having ADHD doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you do the things that she has done. So that's like two very different sides of the spectrum, I guess, with, you know, Gabbie Hanna saying this is because of ADHD and people with ADHD saying no, it's not. So, you know, it's two sides of the coin. A lot of people with opinions on my series haven't watched it. I mean, your series has gathered millions of views at this point. I feel like, yes, some people have watched drama or commentary videos or went on Twitter to figure out kind of what's happening with your series, but you can't deny the fact that people have watched your series, because there are views to prove that people have watched your series. So there are a lot of people that have clicked on your videos, on your series, watched it, and still didn't like it, still didn't agree with you, which is why your likes to dislikes are removed, which is why your comments are disabled now on most of the videos. You can't say, oh, people criticizing me haven't watched my series, because there are a bunch of people that are criticizing you who have watched your series. They have watched videos talking about me without taking the time to listen to me. It sucks, but it's life. This series is my art. It's meant to be consumed in its entirety, not bits and pieces. Now, art is a weird way to phrase this, considering the topics she talks about. Like, there are some I'm not going to mention because I said I wouldn't. But, like, you know, things like Jessie Smiles, you know, bringing up her trauma, is that art? When she has asked you continuously to stop bringing up her trauma, like, is that art? I'm just kind of confused. I created it so I would stop obsessing. For all intents and purposes, it worked. I feel myself healing and moving on. I wanted to tell my side and never speak of it again, and I failed at the beginning by engaging online. Surprise, I'm impulsive and defensive. I'm also human. I found myself wanting to explain myself again and wanting to combat every new lie. Then I took a step into the real world where I'm a pretty happy and chill person. Online, I'm a version of me that I can't really stand. So at this point, she says, from here on out, I'm offline entirely. Now, people don't know if that means she'll be offline while posting the series, so she won't be responding to any hate or criticism, because she has been. Like, she says that she's not going to, and then whenever someone disagrees with her, instead of just leaving it and being like, okay, fair enough, people disagree with me, she has to respond, and she has to, you know, do the thing. So I don't know if that means she'll post the series and not be online, or if she'll post the series and then never post on YouTube after that ever again and just continue with her music career and Patreon. Like, I'm not sure what she means by offline entirely from here on out. Not really sure what she means. I really hope you enjoyed the rest of the series. I put a lot of time and energy into it. It helped me find myself as a person and an artist and pushed me to places I was too scared to go creatively. I'm very excited to share that with you. Like I said, people have very mixed reactions for this. It's like, is she going to come back to the internet? Like, is this the 13 parts kind of like alluding to the fact that she's leaving? Is she trying to like capitalize on the 13 reasons why thing without actually, you know, doing the thing at the end, just by leaving the internet? Some people have that theory. She did in her, like in under this video that the statement was posted under, she did say that she is, which like that then almost adds to that theory of the 13 reasons why timeline. And obviously that's not like a good place that we want her to be in, but it has to be called out. Like the stuff that she talks about, you know, with taking other people's trauma and making it into art, like that's just not correct. Like it's just not something that should be done. I feel like she's going to be offline while posting the series. Maybe she won't respond, and then after that we'll just see if she goes back to regular content. But like, how can you go back to regular content after doing this? She has lost over 100,000 subscribers. People are not interested in her videos. Like, the people are interested in this because it's drama. You know, people will see that someone responded to her series and go watch her episode, but they're not people that are going to stick around. They're not people that are going to subscribe and engage in other content. So I feel like she's just, you know, shooting herself in the knee. It's like she already had this small audience that was left behind from her 5.4 million subscribers. She had a small audience that was still watching her content. And that was like 500,000 to 1 million people. That's not small, but small compared to, you know, what she used to have in the past that would watch all of her videos. And I feel like now she's alienated a lot of that audience as well. And even whilst doing all of this drama, right, they would think would get her a lot of views. The most views she has on her series is like 1 point something million. The rest are like 400,000, which is drama channel views, right? So it just seems like she's shot herself in the knee again, like in both kneecaps, because she's just alienating more and more of her audience who used to defend her and used to think that she wasn't in the wrong, and now are seeing a whole different side of her and are getting more of this like other perspectives from people and being like, oh, who was I supporting? So I feel like this series is really not doing much good to her career. It might be doing something good to her mentally if that's, you know, if she's correct about it helping to heal her. That's her business. But like, how is she going to come back to the internet after this? I have no idea. Like, I feel like even her music career at this point is suffering, because your music career as a YouTuber is so closely interlinked with you being a YouTuber and you being a successful YouTuber that this just seems to not be doing her any favors. But that is that on Gabbie Hanna right now. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement. Remember to click the link in description to get a huge discount on NordVPN using code Angelika Oles. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.